Hi, this is Eric Sloof with another training session, a live online training session. Totally unprepared. I didn't prepare that much for this session, but minutes ago I found out a real cool feature, and it's remounting an NFS server that was lost. So I'm going to show you. I maybe will make an error here and there, but we will see how it goes. So what's the problem? I'm going to show you first of all a real cool utility, the remote desktop manager from Devolutions. This program is free, the standard version is free, and it's able to hold all your sessions, so you can store your telnet sessions, your SSH sessions, but also a VI client session to Virtual Center can be stored in one user interface, and you can access all those sessions. The great part is that it's also able to store your passwords, so you don't have to log on to every individual ESX host anymore. So what's the problem? I was experimenting with my Cisco switch, and suddenly the connection between my ESX host and my NFS server was lost. It means that the ESX host will eventually, after a few retries, lose the connection to the NFS server, and you will wind up with an undeletable NFS server within your environment. And I'm going to show you how to reproduce it. So this is my ESX host. I'm going to configuration. I'm going to storage. And at the storage tab we see that the NFS server is properly connected. I can browse the data store, and it's great. It functions real nice. So what we are going to do right now is I'm going to the StoreMagic IX2 because I'm running NFS on StoreMagic. The IP address is 192.168.168.178.80, and the IX2 has a real nice user interface, and you can do everything in this user interface. What I'm going to do is I'm going to restart it. So do you want to restart the iOmega? Yes, I do, and it's restarting right now. Let's see if it is going down. Ping 80. Okay, I'm not getting any. Oh, using the wrong address. 192. I shouldn't get any response. That's right. So does the home page still work? No, it doesn't. Let's check on the ESX host. What happens there? It's still connected. Let's browse the data store. Ooh, that's empty. So there are some advanced settings within your ESX host, and those advanced settings will show up right here. And you can tweak the number of heartbeats, the number of retries, the number of failures, but eventually when your NFS server is down long enough, it will get disconnected. So let's go to the storage and let's refresh it. I think ping is still not working. Oh, it's already up and running. Maybe it survived, I don't know. Let's wait for a while. I'm going to do a quick log on to the service console. So, this is a problem. When you are hosting virtual machines on your NFS server, you will lose the connection. But when you're only hosting ISOs or templates, here you see it, the NFS server is inactive. I can ping it again, so it's up and running. Let's try to reconnect this NFS server. Okay, I can delete it. Do I want to delete it and then re-add it without rebooting the ESX host? Let's try. Oh, NFS is in use. That's strange. So let's find out who's using NFS. I'm going to my data stores. I'm going to NFS. It's inactive. Can I see if there are any virtual machines using this? Yeah, there are 2 templates stored on it, and maybe 1 or 2 virtual machines with an ISO connected on the NFS host. So there is a lock on the NFS, and even though the virtual machines are not powered on, they are using the NFS server, so I'm not able to delete it. That's a problem because I cannot re-edit. Let's try to edit again then. Add storage, network filing system. The server is 192.168.178.80. The folder is nfs/public, and yeah, let's name it NFS 01. Okay, the identifier already exists. Okay, so I cannot edit again. I cannot delete it. Maybe I can unmount it. Let's take a look at the data stores. Let's try to delete it here. Delete it from both ESX hosts. Yes, no, not possible. Maybe it's only a virtual center thing. So let's try it through the service console. ESX cfg -nes is the command. So what we can do is we can try to delete it. Unable to connect the file system, it's busy. Okay, let's do a list then. Yeah, it's mounted, but I cannot use it. Maybe you re-edit then, so add -o for the host. 192.168.178.80, and the share was /nfs/public, and I want to call it. I have to put a name in somewhere. Let's see if it's. I have to put a name. Host share read only. Okay, read only is no. And the name is I'm doing something wrong here. Okay, there is already. Okay, here's the problem. It's in fact it's the same message we received from the VI client connected to Virtual Center. So I'm not able to delete this host, or delete the NFS shared through the command line. I'm also not able to delete it through the user interface, and I cannot add it. I don't want to reboot my ESX host. So what I find out is a little trick, and I'm going to show you. I'm not a real Linux wizard, but I'm able to manage the etc folder, and within the etc folder I'm doing a nano, not a VI, I'm not a Linux guy, a nano on hosts. So when I'm nanoing into hosts, I can put in a new hostname, 192.168.178.80, and behind this hostname I'm putting on nfs.ntpro.nl. Okay, let's find out if this will work. So hosts got hosts. Yeah, there it is. Try to ping it. nfs.ntpro.local nl. Don't know if that's smart. Okay, it works. When I'm going back to my ESX host, I'm going to add storage. I'm using the NFS system. I'm using my newly created hostname, nfs.ntpro.nl. The folder is public /nfs/public. public. And the data store name, I'm going to call it NFS-temp. So next. And it created an NFS data store. So what you see here is that NFS is restored, NFS temp is gone, and I have the same data store with the old name restored on the old place. So let's try the same trick at ESX1. Configuration, NFS is inactive, add storage, network filing system, next. The server is nfs.ntpro.nl. The folder is public /nfs/. The data store name is NFS temp. Next, finish. And now it's trying to connect. And what you'll see is that it's in progress. It's creating an NFS data store. And it should be up in a minute. And then I should be able to browse the data store again. Yeah, there it is. So when I do a refresh, error during the configuration of the host, unable to resolve hostname nfs.ntpro.nl. Okay, so I didn't add the host record to ESX1. Let's do that. Let's SSH with root into ESX4 ESX. Okay, at ESX4 r.ntpro.local. Yes, I'm going to continue. Passwords VMware. So let's add the extra record on the other ESX host also. So just in case, you should be prepared for disaster and already add your host if before you get disconnected from your NFS server. nfs.ntpro.local. Ctrl X, yes. Ping nfs.ntpro.local. Okay, I can ping it, so let's try to add it again. Network filing system, next. nfs.ntpro.local. Public, NFS public. Data store name nfs-temp. Okay, error. The file system already exists. Okay, I know. And then there's magic, because you will see it will pop up and it's back online again. So you can trigger a reconnect of your existing disconnected NFS connection by adding a new connection through another host name or an alias DNS name. Real cool trick, thank you. I'm going to stop the recording right now and leave it up to you. Bye bye.